The views expressed on this program do not belong to LSU, the Manship School, Tiger TV, Mike the Tiger, or any other being. They are the absurd creation of writer and host Travis Cobb, so sue him, lawyers. Howdy, and welcome to the update. Hello, and welcome to the update. I'm Travis Cobb. You know, I humbly took over the show so I could say the things that people need to hear, or just the things I can say into a camera without interruption. Anyway, our broadcast just started last week, but did you see us at the Emmys last night? I didn't either, but that's because the awards are a sham. I mean, Jim Parsons winning Best Actor in a Comedy for The Big Bang Theory? Did we not see Bryan Cranston's work on Breaking Bad? Hilarious. We've got a lot to talk about on the show today, and there's no easy way around this. I wanted this show to be a light look at politics and whatever's going on in the world. Some things you just can't make light of. Last week, the Washington Yard tragedy added to the list of mass shooting tragedies we just seem to have grown accustomed to in this country. The president spoke at the memorial for the 12 victims this past Sunday.
We cannot begin to comprehend your loss. We know that no words we offer today are equal to the magnitude, to the depths of that loss.
It is incomprehensible, but we've seen this in America so many times just in the past year. We can't get numb to it.
We can't accept this. As Americans bound in grief and love, we must insist here today there is nothing normal about innocent men and women being gunned down where they work.
This isn't, and it can't be the new normal, but what can we do to stop this? Are we going to look at the underlying causes of why all of a sudden we're seeing these mass shootings left and right? Can we have an adult conversation about how to solve the violence problems that have taken over our country? We now turn to a Kansas University associate professor's Twitter and the response to it to disappoint me.
The blood is on the hands of the NRA. Next time, let it be your sons and daughters. Shame on you. May God damn you.
He owes the public at large an apology. I'm receiving hundreds of emails and phone calls from people who are extraordinarily upset and fearful for their children because of this man.
Why does the public need an apology? That man is entitled to his opinions, as horrifying and callous of a way he laid them out. He still gets to have them. And look, he didn't even mean it.
I don't want anybody harmed, but...
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. That's where your statement should end. There's no but to avoiding harm for people because of political beliefs.
If somebody's going to be harmed, maybe it ought to be the people who believe that guns are so precious that it's worth spilling blood over.
Those two statements don't work together. You either don't want any more of this to happen, or you have a weird vendetta to just have more people killed. But we're getting distracted here. Let's turn to the solutions man on the situation. He has no bias in the matter. He's only National Rifle Association executive Wayne LaPierre. He went on Meet the Press to say what happened at Washington Yard was because there weren't enough good guys with guns. That's a simple narrative, right? The only problem with this is, how can you tell who the good and bad are? And whether you're good and bad, or bad, everyone's capable of having a really bad day, of feeling desperate. Do we want to make sure that everyone has the capability to vent in a final solution type of way? Hindsight says Aaron Alexis was a bad guy, a horrible monster that ended 12 lives before their time was up. But how long do we have to apply the good guy with a gun, bad guy with a gun test after the fact? Because maybe if our representatives and Senate members don't act in a way to get reelected, and instead seek to find common ground on a way to end these tragedies, we can better prevent these tragedies before they happen. Oh my God, we're never going to solve this. Coming up on the update, we take a look at the Catholic Church and how it's making changes we've been comfortable with for years. Welcome back to the update. Today's Missing the Mark segment goes straight to the Vatican. True fans of the show, all one episode, could have guessed that I was raised Episcopalian and spent 4 years in a Catholic high school. So I know a little bit about what goes on at the non-Protestant denomination, but because it was school, I can only answer questions about Catholicism in multiple choice form. So let's go with that. Okay, what did the Pope say the Catholic Church is obsessed with in the past week? Abortion, the church and homosexuality, or birth control? 3 options, but the answer is all of them. Yep, the Pope said last week it is not necessary to talk about these issues all the time. But these issues are a trinity of debates for American Catholics to talk about. So let's look at people talking about these issues the Pope says we shouldn't talk about.
I feel like that's what's great about the Catholic Church is that our rules do not change. I mean, it's founded from Peter. We're the Apostolic Church, and those things won't change.
I just see an olive branch being extended for things that may not have been previously from other popes, from the position of the church, and that's very refreshing, and it gives us hope.
No, because the good Lord gave us all those rules, so we got to stick by it.
Okay, there wasn't going to be a consensus instantly because a new pope said so, unless he declared infallibility. This was the part of class I never did well with. I don't think it works like that. Regardless, the dual reactions say something about how religion and groupthink work.
Depending on which Catholic church you attend and which parishioner you speak to, the idea and the understanding of what the Pope actually said varies widely.
Mother actually threw holy water on me, when I told her I came out.
There we go. People have their opinions already set, so maybe it isn't the right idea to focus on what Pope Francis is saying. If you can make the decision of what's right for you, good. But to try and decide what is the best for others isn't in your description as a person, religious or non-religious. And that's all the Pope is trying to say. It's not about his actual beliefs on the subject, but I think the actual message will fall on deaf ears. What Pope Francis says will probably have more of an impact on how Catholics view him than how Catholics view social issues. And that's missing the mark. Coming up after the break, I'm sitting down with our resident super Catholic expert, Patrick Clay. I have no idea how he feels about that title. Stay tuned. We're back with our super resident expert Catholic, Patrick Clay. Mostly he works our game day show, but today we're here to talk about your Catholicism. Can you sort of explain your credentials to our audience?
Well, Travis, first of all, I just want to say thanks for having me on the show. It's
Anytime.
weird being a guest here. Usually I'm in the suit and tie, but I just threw on only the best for your show.
I'm so outclassing you right now. It's ridiculous.
It's so bad. Okay, so credentials for being Catholic. I'll give you 3 reasons. My childhood, first of all, before I saw the first Harry Potter movie, I was blessed with holy water. Second of all, my mom once thought I stole something from a gift shop. She had me swear on a Bible that I didn't.
But see, presidents swear on Bibles all the time.
Yeah, but their moms don't make them do it.
There's only one Catholic that was a president. So
JFK.
All right,
Do you think his mom ever made him swear on a Bible?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know. This is your world.
Well, anyway, so and then number 3, we took multiple vacations to Alabama to go to EWTN, which is the resident Catholic news station. And like they do church services and stuff you can watch. So pretty damn Catholic.
Yeah, you get to say that phrase, right?
I think I get 1.
You get 1.
And then I got to go to confession.
How long?
Monday for that. How long?
Okay.
No,
that's
go ahead.
good. Right. So you've been on this whole Catholic train for most of your life, all of it.
Yeah,
we'll just say that. How new are the things that Pope Francis is saying?
Honestly, I think it's a breath of fresh air, quite frankly, because I'm kind of, part of the modern generation of Catholics. It's not a big one, but the group that thinks, obviously they have their beliefs, but this is definitely a different world we live in, with different people getting, obviously gay marriage is a big topic, and rights are expanding for a bunch of different people that may not necessarily agree with the old Catholic religions. So you got to be able to adapt to that, and I think that's exactly what Pope Francis is doing. I say it's a breath of fresh air because compare this to Pope Benedict XVI, our last Pope, who, quite frankly, was a geezer. And Pope Francis, he's getting in there, he's mixing things up, and you can just tell he wants everyone to be loved because that's what we believe that God does anyway. We believe that God loves everyone and forgives everyone. So if that's the case, then why are we hating people for being themselves? And I think that's refreshing for a Pope to say that.
Pope Patrick here, maybe.
Hold on.
The sports thing doesn't work out. What do you think? Maybe you get a little bit of that. We adjust that hoodie a bit.
Make it a nice
a
monk.
Big hat.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. I like the little geezer
reference.
He was the only Pope that
He's
was
the only active Pope to retire within the last 400 years. So that should tell you something.
That feel good?
Did that feel good to have him step down?
Yeah.
I mean, I never had anything against Benedict, but I'll say this: when Francis came in and he's doing the things that he's doing, that gave me perspective of what the church was missing. I really think this is exactly what we need. We, as in the Catholic Church, I have to feel like I can say we. I think that's exactly what we need in terms of a modern pope that can really get people moving in the right direction to where it's not just hatred. We don't need to where people are looking at the Catholicism as this hated being, like the Westboro Baptist Church yelling at people. That's
Well, I don't think anyone's
Right.
gonna do
But what I'm
that,
saying is
except
no-
maybe the Westboro Baptist Church.
Exactly.
You've seen the signs.
I've seen the signs. I've been on Bourbon Street. I just don't want anyone to think Catholicism is in that realm, and I think sometimes we get that reputation. And I think Pope Francis is doing his best to reverse that. So
We'll have to see how all that goes. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. We're going to thank Patrick again for stopping by, and thanks for watching, you people at home, both legitimately interested and friends I guilt trip to watch this. Viewers Gonna View. If you want to view more segments and interviews from The Update, follow us on Twitter at TTV Update or watch it at tigertv.tv. I'll see you next week. You've been great, audience I have no live interaction with. Good night, and go update yourself.